Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan's Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night from 6 to 8 Hawaiian time and record it and goes on our website for global distribution. I'm Lama Tashi. We present these classes so that people can move at a faster rate to accomplish happiness and insight into their true nature, and most importantly, through practice, how to use that. And when we present these classes, it's about healing, multi-level healing, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So in the process of moving away from your selfish I, me, mine idea of a self or a soul going someplace, we replace that with the meditation practice of what already exists. For instance, the elements that create the universe, the light codes that exist in nature and in our mind, and how to use these as a means to speedily moving away from the relative painful aspect of emotional involvement with everything into the other nature of your consciousness, which exists in all beings, but most importantly in the mind of human beings. And when we do these healing methods, keep in mind that in the human condition is the way to accomplish this. Not possible in animal or spirit realms. We start by the idea of kindness. This is our meditation sheet that we put out. And it has the 4 thoughts and other prayers on the back. It says, in the mind of enlightenment, it's the simple wish to free all beings. And I rely on the enlightened ones and their teachings and the exalted community to accomplish this and my own enlightened mind. Enthused by compassion and wisdom, today in their sacred presence, I generate this mind of enlightenment called Bodhichitta for the sake of all sentient beings. And as long as space endures and sentient beings remain, may I dispel the world's misery with my emanating love and light. So that's just a little simple prayer. And the most sacred thought that connects us to the Dharma is that we are doing these methods, accomplishing these practices with the guidance of a teacher for everyone else. And I like to think of it, Lama Rinpoche says, picture a room, huge room full of many people, and you all want them to get out fast. So you open the door. And then as the last one leaves, you close the door. And they're all out. And you're happy because you're still in. Inside's where it counts. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and when possible, do the practice of offering prostrations and other methods. And in the refuge prayer, which is taking the 3 jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and the three roots of Tantra, the Lama, the deities, and the protectors, as our support. It goes like this. We take refuge in all the glorious holy Lamas. We take refuge in all the Buddhas, those who have conquered their mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all the Yidams, who are the deities gathered in the mandala. We go for refuge to all the supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all this noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possessing the eye of transcending awareness. Then the transmission of these words to the spirits and other worlds in Sanskrit. Alden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Ge Masu Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Tampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Ambe Gendu Namla Chapsu Chio Avo Kanjo Chokyo Sube Sho Ishe Ki Sheda Depa Namla Chapsu Chio. Then we engender Bodhichitta that this is all an illusion based on light and space as the energy program of everything. And then we have concern for the well-beings of sentient beings that don't know this. And so we take into consideration their pain and suffering because of that, and we do these practices. The prayer in English is to the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly. We go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Then the Bodhichitta prayer, Sanjay Chodam Choki Chodam Ma Changchu Vardu Dagni Tapsu Chi Dagi Jinsoji Eso Namki Chola Benjer Sanjay Chuparsho. In the Bodhichitta prayer, you're engendering voidness as the nature of this illusion and the thoughts and mind and the body that you possess. And you go to refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, deities, and protectors, just as before. But you are actually starting to practice Bodhisattva training of the mind. And it says, through the merit gained from practicing these 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, may I accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Now the key word is offering. And what are you offering? Your happiness for them, that you can help them connect to the Dharma and the teachers and so forth, and get good results from that right away. For instance, in the Nyingma tradition, they connect to Padmasambhava. And that was a reincarnation of Buddha Shakyamuni in the 8th century. That connection brings that teacher, that Lama, that yogi, whatever, Padmasambhava, into your practice, into your situation. Just as if you opened the door and said, hey, come on in. It just works that way. And then once you get that, then you understand that it works for all the lamas, all the deities, all the protectors, all the Buddha presentation, statue. All of it is always available. And you say these spirits, let the spirits in you and around you and the world around you know that you're in harmony with them. And the most profound result of this is to mature in the human condition and be completely clear of judgmental mind. In other words, the way everybody is judgmental mind. The way the people that practice the Dharma with the guidance of a teacher, non-judgmental mind. So you have a choice. But in non-judgmental mind, you've reached the clarity of your own mind in such a way that you enter into a dimension of infinite possibility, infinite potential. Infinite doesn't wear out. It's timeless. And you can use up a whole universe of infiniteness, and there's an infinite number more coming. You don't have to.
Ongoing.
Yeah, it's ongoing. It's Soha in Tibetan. Always expanding, always useful. So these practices that we're doing, connecting with the three lights to our breath, that's to strengthen our support system, strengthen our body so that we can do these practices and gain good results fast with having strong body, strong mind, strong speech. Powerful. When you get to the level of mature human being, man or woman, they use the word Buddha, but that's a made-up word. The Tibetan word is Sanjay. The Sanskrit word is Muni. For instance, Shakyamuni, Buddha. Muni. Muni means present, always present. Never in the future, never in the past. Present. And when you're present, you're clear. When you're clear, you're open to everything. And you can think of yourself as naked because in that situation of presence, you also don't need to add anything or take anything away. You could just be as it is. They call it as it isness in many books, yeah? As it isness. So, as it isness means infinitely okayness. And that's as good as it gets. You can call it perfection. You can call it the mother of perfect wisdom, which it is. But it's who you really are. It's a reality that can deal with all of the climate change catastrophe. Can deal with all of the upheavals in the world today, war, famine, disease, poverty, environmental destruction. Can deal with your own inner negative states of emotional conflict. And in such a way that it's a gradual, it's not like that. That's how you get rid of negativity. It's like the way the mother treats your only child. You know, whatever is necessary, that's the present. Unconditional. Unconditional love. In our world, that's a learned thing. In other worlds, it's a natural thing. But we're learning. A mother for her only child is an unconditional love situation. Whether either one understands that, the mother or the child. But in training as a bodhisattva, it's absolutely necessary. And the altruistic motivation to take that to all sentient beings and open up all sentient beings' hearts, just the way yours is expanding, that's the action. To celebrate our complete upgrade of our Lotus Stupa, Lotus means Dakini, born of light, which is looks like this, but instead of the square enlightenment stupa, they have round rings symbolizing earth, water, fire, air, and space. All of the rest of the stupa is the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space, and the 5 wisdoms of your inner nature as you develop and start to play in these 5 energy fields. When you get to the top, you see this little red, that's the sun. That's the deities who we're going to use tonight. And very, very top, there's a flame, little flame. Symbolizes awareness, pointing to the sky. The Buddha sits in the door of the stupa. But from here up, it's the Dakini, the female energy. And so when we use these methods, remember that you're connecting to the entire universe, just as it is, and all the beings in the universe, just as they are. That's all. Because that's the way it is. And you can believe whatever you want, you make all the stories, have all these wonderful sensations, but that's the mind. Thinking. When you're in the present moment, centered in your heart chakra, there's no judgment. Then the thoughts can't hurt you. The emotional conflict can't arise from the thought. So, what good are they? Well, they make a show, so you watch them. Here they come. There they are. There they go. That's the show. And you stay centered. You stay in your heart. Somebody asks you where you are, you say, somewhere. Mr. Toad's rides to nowhere in particular, just like in Disneyland.
Mr. Toad's wild ride.
Wild ride to nowhere. Yeah, it's pretty wild, all right. It's good we are in a laid back little island of Kauai. Because here in our Dharma Center, wild already. We practice. In the presentation of moving towards the deity yogas of the Mahayana Vajrayana tradition, We set the foundation with the 3 lights of practice for the breath, prana yoga, and the 5 elements healing meditation combined with that 3 lights to form a formal but powerful method for people that are starting to meditate. Because if they just do the breathing focus, which I did for 6 months, practice, great effect. It just takes time. If you combine the 3 lights with one of the 5 elements and apply it to the healing of the body and the world around you, that speeds things up extremely. Why? Because the power of your focus is the practice, and your imagination is the energy that produces the practice and the result. Sit with your back straight, hands on your knees or in your lap. Head slightly tilted forward, mouth closed or slightly open if you have to breathe through the nose. Eyes open, soft gaze to the space 2 feet in front. Then bring your awareness, your focus, your awareness. Everybody has it. To your breath. And with the inhale, you see the diaphragm expanding. You feel it. And with the exhale, the diaphragm contracts. Now, this action that you are now focusing on is usually spontaneous. But when you put your energy focus on the activity and the breath both, you strengthen it. You change its energy, you increase it. Because that's what keeps you alive. No air, no breathing, no body. Can't be human. So you do that for a few moments. Bring yourself to the present just by what's going on. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then keeping your focus on the breath. As you inhale, imagine the air with the elements, earth, water, fire, and air in it. The air filling your lungs with white light. Immediately, red light flashes through every cell in your body as the energies penetrate your form. You visualize red light of that energy exchange through your body. And you take the white and the red, and with the exhale, those two together with blue light of the air going out your nose or your mouth to go to everyone. In other words, fill space with your exhale of blue light. Inhale white light, fill your lungs. Absorption breath is the red light flashing through your body to every cell. Both of those together out the nose is blue light to everyone in space. Everyone, everywhere. As you breathe like that, using this 3 light code, count 21 breaths. When you get to 21, take your focus off the breath. If you didn't make it to 21, that's okay. You can always start again or do it another time. In any case, combine the 3 lights, white, red, blue, into a tiny dot of light energy and visualize that to be placed in the center of your chest and the central channel of your life force to connect the heart chakra to the all ground of basic space, which is the home of infinite light. It's the nature of nature, outside, inside. Space is not a container. There's no boundary, there's no center. But infinite light is its nature. And by this connection, you're enlightened. Because that heart particle that you created in your center instantly connects with the infinite light of boundless space. And you're in that dimension. Relax, be present, enjoy it. The mother of all the elements. Then move from that dimension of infinite space and again refine the light energy to a tiny dot in your heart chakra. This is called a bindu or tigli. We say chakra. Then imagine that tiny point of light to expand till it creates a small sphere of clear light about the size of your thumbnail. Then this small sphere of clear light, imagine it to grow into one of the 5 elements. Tonight, we'll use the space element. The 5 elements can't be separated. But emphasizing the space element emphasizes an aspect of your body where it's loaded with space. And the other 4 elements are in that soup of space. And as this little sphere of clear light starts to expand. See it form a small sphere of white light about the size of your thumbnail. And label it space. It's a symbol. Then bring this white sphere, imagine it to come out in front of your body and up before your eyes in the space in front, arm's length in front. Imagine it, see it there. Then imagine that small sphere to grow to a size of a large room that you can see your physical form just as you are, sitting, standing, laying down, walking. Inside. And the psychic effect of the symbol of the spatial awareness creates the healing energy by the power of your own mind. And keeping focus and imagination together, imagine the sphere of white light to grow in size to completely enclose this island of Kauai. And wherever you're practicing, your city, town, or a large area about 50 miles in diameter. Everyone, everything inside the white sphere. Then expand the symbol to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. And the white sphere, though it's a symbol, is the actual space outside of our atmosphere. So you had the basic space, now you got the actual space. Now we're going to use the actual space as part of the practice by imagining the white sphere to enclose our solar system, an area of billions of miles in every direction. Then expand the symbol to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then move beyond the boundaries of conceptualization and merge again with the boundless light of infinite space. So the symbol and the actual are the same thing. Then move from this dimension of actual spatial awareness to again invent the symbol enclosing the galaxy. Then project it smaller to just enclosing the solar system. And visualize smaller and smaller to just enclose Mother Earth. In this island of quiet, or the area where you are practicing, inside. Then smaller yet, to just enclosing your body. Give yourself lots of space in space. Your physical body, your thoughts, and your emotions are nothing more than that. When you get that, then this relative and the ultimate cause of any kind of dysfunction disappears. That's the simplicity of the Dharma. Then again, return the sphere to in front of your eyes in its small original form. Bring it to chest level into your heart chakra. Condense it to a tiny point of light and rest in the boundless light of space. In basic space and the Dharmakaya of the actual space is the same space. Be present. Then bring your awareness in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of influence. Constantly being strengthened by more and more Dharma practice. You wanted me to mention something?
Oh, bliss, you mean?
Huh?
Bliss?
Abby likes the word bliss, and it's used a lot. In the Bodhichitta practice, it's a state of joy that's undefinable. It's called spiritual joy. And it's infinite. So it's undefinable, but always present. And it combines the physical, mental, and emotional joys as an influencer. In other words, it brings your mental, messy mind to that state. It brings your physical body, regardless of its condition, to that state. But most importantly, it brings your mental process, where all this emotional program exists. To clear it up. And when you have physical, mental, and emotional working together and happy about it, that's what the practice produces. The results are off the chart. Why? Because that's our spirituality. And anybody can do it. The hard part is to get the child or the teenager or the adult, male or female, to sit still. Overactivity, that's their program. You know, once you can get them to sit still, then distract them. Let them distract themselves with their own breath. That's what they do in schools now. It sure saves the teachers and the schools a lot of problems with the children. But in this school, we're preparing the mind for the entrance of what the second Bodhisattva discipline predicts. Morality, ethics, and good manners is called skillful means. Being skillful. It works in the relative world. I mean, you want to have an easy life? Those three. But in the aspect of inner consciousness, it means more than that. It means to become intelligent. No matter how much you think you're smart. Smart is not intelligence. The smart people are ruining the world. Luckily, not all of them. And the problem with being smart is you're stupid. You're guessing. You're letting an algorithm run you. And you didn't put it in there. From birth, everybody else conditioned you to think that way. And you're going along with the program. So what we do is we institute the deity. That the other nature of the mind, which is clear of all that drama, is the deity. And it's made up, it's imagined, just like everything else. It's illusory. It's a rainbow light body, and it symbolizes good health. Young, beautiful, or handsome, you know, with the best of everything, appearing in the human condition only to help such a being as a bodhisattva. That's our idea of a deity. Then the Lama is the deity because the Lama is practicing as that, using that method of skillful means. And having it firmly established under those conditions makes it possible for the Lama teacher group to pass it through transmission to others. Easy. Practice makes perfect. But this state of perfection is illusory. It's not divine and supernatural. You know, it's not better. Everybody's equal. Everybody. Practicing or not practicing, equal. But every single being has their own inner tendencies that have come to this life with them from previous life Some are very nice and some are not so nice. Everybody. So when you enter into the deity, you start to delete the negative aspects of those tendencies by removing judgment in the mind and learning to be present in practice through meditation, and then take that into the worldly life. Householder, monk or nun, yogi, yoginian, practicing in austere conditions, whatever. But this deity is human. We don't use any other form. You know, we have all these peacocks and dragons and lions and tigers and so forth. I understand people want to be monk seals. They're no idea. It's kind of weird.
Or whales.
Or whales. Yeah, they want to become a whale. Ooh, that's a big job.
Or mermaids.
What?
Mermaids.
Oh yeah, we have mermaids on all the islands. Mermaid club. They have pods. But human is who we are. So we imagine ourselves young, handsome, beautiful, healthy, wearing 5 colored silks to represent the 5 elements that we used in practice, which make everything. And to represent the 5 elemental natures of your wisdom mind, the inner mind, as useful. Yes, they're Buddha field, but they're useful. Why? Because when you're doing these practices, you have 5 choices. Like tonight, we're going to use the Buddha field of discerning awareness, color code red. In this case, our aspect is female, and she's wearing all the ornaments of a protector. To start with, she's just, we call it the red Tara, sitting, peaceful, nice. A moon is her backrest. So she lights up this whole part of the universe by seeing all sentient beings as an extension of her own heart. So she's red Tara, everybody red Tara. This state of discerning awareness is the element fire. So that's the color code red. And the aspect is light. We use the term radiation, which covers all the aspects of light. But this is the nature of your body and your mind. And when those two are combined in these practices of the deity, what comes out your mouth is the deity's speech. Being kind, considerate, and helpful. Those are nice attributes. But more than that, showing you that this isn't working over here, this algorithm, this program. Switch it. Delete the negative parts of it, take the rest of it, and move it over here. Now I'm doing that the way they do it with people that watch classes, and they can project their screen out here. So I'm doing that with my hands. Yeah, take it from this screen and put it in this screen. Move it down over and bring it back. Yeah, I saw that at the airport. Radiation is an activity of warmth. The body is spontaneously warm. We want the heart chakra to be warm. It affects the sight. So when we use red tar, and she arises in her protector, wrathful form, standing, then her aspect doesn't need to be projected. You do red tar, you project everybody as red tar, you fill your mind. Once you have that in place, then You collect all those into you, then red Tara stands up, it becomes Pema Chondro. It's just the way it works. You can't do this one first. You have to accomplish the peaceful deity first. That's the creation of the mandala of the deity. Then the mandala doesn't need to be projected. It's just infinite light, however you want to see it. We use the Buddha of Amitabha and the sky above us as a reference, as a symbol. We place the deity on two crossed pyramids making 6 points. And one is the outer and the other is the inner, body, speech, and mind. Then 108 petal lotus, she's standing on a moon and sun disk and a blazing dome of fire. So her element is now, the background element is like the sun. So the moon will light up a certain area. And when you're the sun, many million trillion times that. So that's the protector. Ooh. Where'd that come from? And I want you to get an understanding, right? Infinite potential requires an infinite kind of female symbol. So we're going to start with the Tara practice. The sea syllable tom, only red in color, and the backdrop syllables are wrong. It's in there, blended, they're blended. Then we're making this blend, this smoothie, by adding the sea syllable home as the starting point, because it symbolizes infinite healing, using not only the cause, but applying it to any mode of healing and not leaving anybody out. That's the home. So we're going to say the home 10 times. First 3 for the body, second 4 for the body, speech, and mind together in practice, and the last 3 for the result. Om, om, om. Om, 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 om. Om, om, om. And that's the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. That's what the 5 dhyanas play in, 5 dhyana Buddha. So 1, we'll leave the tom up for now and say the mantra and be red Tara. Now the red Tara comes from the mind of the Lama, who's sitting in front. It's a representation of all the lineages and all the Lamas of Tibetan Buddhism. The 3 lights from the Lama's 3 places enter into your 3 places. This is to empower your body, speech, and mind to be the deity of compassion, power, and insight, working together with body, speech, and mind. Then when those 3 lights move down your central channel into the hung in your heart center, it changes into the creation sound of the deity. In this case, it's red Tara as the foundation practice of Pema Chondro that we're going to use for the Tummo practice. When you're red Tara, you're young, beautiful, peaceful, dressed in silks and jewels, hair bound up and down, wearing 5-jewel crown, right hand open in supreme generosity, left hand resting in a lap holding the stem of a lotus blooming by your left ear, red in color, of unconditional love and altruistic compassion in the human condition. Then the Lama melts into you. The mind of the Lama as the Lama and the mind of the Lama as the deity, equal, same. And then this is for your body, speech, and mind to slowly move in that direction, adapt, but slowly, gradually. I mean, you've had this idea of a self and a soul a long time. Now you want it to unravel gradually. Just ease out of this, like the butterfly eases out of the cocoon.
Nice.
And when you can see yourself as red Tara, young, beautiful, healthy, all the symbols, visualize your mother in front, whether you knew her or not or liked her, as red Tara. She created you out of the element. She gave you this opportunity to become a realized human being. And you project that to all your relatives, friends, lovers, everybody you have karma with, even enemies. And you project it to all the animals in the ocean and on the land, uncountable. But you're filling up your mind with these beings as red Tara. Then you think of the whole of space filled with spirits. 4 categories of spirits, now all red Tara. So this outer projection causes your inner mind to fill up. We call that a mandala of light and light being of the Tara, red Tara. When all beings are the Tara, that creates the mantra in your heart center, the heart mantra. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Ram Ri Soha. Above your head is the Buddha of infinite light, Amitabha. So your discerning awareness with this deity and this Buddha in action causes you to move into the natural state of awareness. So you're transforming relative awareness into intelligent awareness. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Ram Ri Soha. Now this tom is all 5 elements in one sound, and the ram is emphasized. So this is the basic Tara, whatever color code, seed salt. Then it becomes the ram, and red Tara moves into the standing position. Visualize as a, oops, got it. Visualize as the red Tara, Pema Chondro. And she's dressed only in born ornaments. She's standing on a male and female god or goddess on a sun disk, and then that has the human body sandwiched between it and a moon disk on an 18-petal lotus with a blazing dome of fire like the sun in the sky lights up our part of this universe. Hers is this fire dome. Visualize it coming out of the sun she's standing on. Their backdrop is voidness, space. That's light energy. And flowers all around. And the setting can be in the sky. In this case, it shows a red sky. That's in the western part of the universe. In our part of the universe, it's the blue sky. But for this, we'll use the red sky. This one, this is more natural. This is Pema Chondro standing on the male and female with the Buddha Amitabha. That is energy of the deity in a natural setting. Pulling apart. So the red Tara and the Sita Tom become Ram, red Ram in your heart center in a 5-colored sphere. You're the standing Pema Chondro, Lotus Dakini, what you use in the Tummo practice. Tummo means fire mother, Tummo. And your aspect doesn't need to project it. It's already what influences the 6 realms of emotional rebirth. And you already did the basic red Tara enough to accomplish it so that this one is effective as a protector, which means in an infinite situation with infinite possibilities available. And we'll say the Pema Chondro mantra just to get used to it. Ram in your heart center. Om Pema Chondro, Ram Re Pe. 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 Now this deity has a necklace or lei of 51 freshly cut heads. She's wearing bone ornaments and she has a staff that she rests on her left shoulder. And it has a Vajra handle on 3 prongs, which means she's entering all 3 realms of existence, the heavenly, the world, human worldly, and the lower demonic realm. She has this skull cup raised in the sky and the bowl of wisdom to start with, like this. But then when she becomes the Tummo mother, then the skull, the knife moves down to point at the corpses under you, and she's drinking from wisdom from the skull cup, bliss. Okay.
And that comes from the Lama's heart.
That comes from all the Lama's heart is this bliss energy program. Okay, they've established it, each one in their own way. But once it's accomplished, then it doesn't just sit there. It moves around. It has its own program. You don't have to think about it. It's already established as the Dharmakaya. And that's the nature of everything. And you're entering into that infinite situation gradually, you know. Like when we leave this earth and go to space, we just can't jump out there. We have to do lots of things, so it's okay out there. So this is it. Now, when you've established the sound of the mantra, then Pema Khandro becomes the Lotus Dakini of Tummo. And all the changes in your mandala, she's red, she's in this dome of fire, sitting on the lotus, all of that. But the right hand moves down and points with the cutting knife at the forms you're standing on. And the skull cup of wisdom energy, which was in the sky of your wisdom nature, now you drink that energy as sky-like awareness as bliss. And with these two working together, then you do the Tummo practice. Now I must explain, this is an extraordinary practice, usually only taught in retreat, but it is useful outside of retreat. The Deity is also an extraordinary practice, and it is the energy body of the Deity. Then there's two more aspects that we use in the dream state. The clear light aspect of our awareness, merging with the dream, and then lucid dreaming, being the Deity in the dream. That is reserved for nighttime practice, but very extraordinary. So the clear light of the Buddha, you go to sleep with that, or with the Deity. Then the dream state is affected, it becomes nothing. As soon as you wake up, you disappear. It's just drama, illusory drama. If you're in a retreat, you could do the Deity yoga in the dream state, but not possible outside. Then you have two more extraordinary practices. One is for the dying situation, and the other one is leaving the body, moving into the next life. Those also need to be accomplished either in this life, actual practice, or in retreat. Leaving the body is the 5 elements. The actual leaving of the body is called powa. So you exit the body through the top of your head. That's a practice. And that prepares you for the entry into the next life with no problem. But for tonight, we're focusing on the Tummo, which is to bring good health, physically, mentally, emotionally, into your situation, just like the 5 elements, 3 lights practice. Only this treats the cause of ill health. It gives you infinite potential to produce extraordinary good health in your worldly situation, especially emotionally. So I'm going to show you how you use the Tummo activities when you're visualizing yourself as the Lotus Dakini, using your awareness to run the element up and down the central channel of your physical body, but as the Deity, to enhance good health. And is connected with the breath in a special way, where the diaphragm creates a pot. So this is extended. And that extended is held as the breath as part of the Tummo practice. It's called pot breathing. When you inhale, you have your hands like this, palms on the knees, and you wrap your fingers around your thumbs. So inhale, exhale, and push it out. That's for your body. Inhale. Exhale harshly. That's for your speech. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now that's for your mind, and you're exhaling from down here. Don't be breathing up here. That's a different kind of prana. To put this activity of the hands together with the breath, we just did 3 clearing breaths. Now we're going to inhale and hold the breath and visualize this diaphragm expanded, creating a pot. And in the pot are 3 blazing balls of fire, one for your body, one for your speech and your mind, marked Om, On, Om. And you're going to roll those 3 balls around this half bowl. It's actually a skull visualized, but half bowl with your diaphragm extended. Inhale. Extend your diaphragm to the front, then to the right, and back, and to the left, and back to the front. This causes the balls to start rolling inside. Exhale. That's 1. Again. Now go the opposite way. Diaphragm extended. Then to the left, then to the right, to the back, then to the right, and back to the front. Exhale. Now you're going to do with the 3 balls in the original direction. Inhale. Pot breathing. Hold the breath down here. Front, left, back, right, front. Exhale. Now that's called the warm-up. So now we've got this whole energy area of our body energized with the Tummo. Then you start the actual breathing of the Deity. When you inhale, you wrap your fingers around your thumbs, bring the breath down and expand the diaphragm, hold the breath, and visualize a tiny point of light rising up the central channel to each energy center. From the sex chakra to the navel, to the heart, to the throat, to the head, and then into a moon, a white moon disk, resting on the opening of your Omacham. And blazing light from that comes down and dissolves each chakra center. If you have deities in there or Buddhas, disappear. Drops of 5-colored drops of light, like blazing energy, coming down the central channel. And it all reforms into a tiny particle of light 4 fingers below your navel towards the sex chakra. So you're combining these 2 energies, prana and sexual. Okay, so now hold the breath, and this time don't exhale until you have to, then do it harshly, like this. Okay? Inhale. Your pemachondral, the red spark at the navel, up the central channel to the top of the head, moves back down the central channel, and again enters into the particle center at the bottom. Exhale. Inhale, do it again. Your pemachondral, particle up, navel, heart, throat, head, moon at the top. 5 energy lights like drops pouring down the central channel, head, throat, heart, navel, sex chakra. Exhale. So it went up. It came down as 5 colored drops of light. Very psychedelic, like fireworks. This goes up into the sky, comes down, but all contained inside. And the effects to open up all the nadis in your physical body as the deity, all the light channel, 84,000 of them. Okay, again, inhale, create the pot, hold your breath, energy rises, that particle up the central channel to the head, back down, 5 colored lights, filling up the channel, and down, and back up again, hold your breath, and back down, and reconnect to the particle at the navel, exhale. Now do this up and down of this energy of the particle light, which creates heat, radiation, which creates awareness, all working together. Hold your breath as long as you can, thumbs around, fingers around the thumb, up and down.
Can we do sipping?
Yeah,
Sipping.
we'll do this just as basic for. Okay, inhale as many times as you can do. When you can't hold your breath anymore, exhale and relax. You can't hold your breath anymore, exhale and extend your fingers. Let your diaphragm breathe normally. Okay, this time when you're holding your breath, about 3 times through the visualization of the up and down of the particle, take small inhales of air through your nose, like this. Now I actually inhale some air into my lungs, so it's going to make it, it makes it tighter here, more energy. I'm still holding my breath, and again, bring it down to here. Keep the energy going up and down. And a third time, exhale when you can't breathe. And at whatever point the light is ascending and descending, immediately return it to the lower chakra. And then the breath, as soon as you take your mind off the breath, the energy starts to pervade your whole body. So take a little break between each up and down session, maybe do 6 or 7 of these in one setting. So this would be one, I'll show you one. So I'm going to be visualizing this dot going up, hits the moon, merges with the moon energy, the blazing 5 lights drip down the central channel and reform in the sect while I'm holding my breath. I'll do that many times. Now, if you get too uncomfortable from too much energy, stop. This isn't about winning something. This is not the gym. This is to become a protector of your own natural mind. And more be this protector in actual practice. For instance, we have a regimen, and part of our regimen is to do half hour of red tar in the morning and a half hour at night. So Abby does it in the evening and I do it in the morning. But we're both doing the practices. That I'm sponsoring it. She's part of the action. And in the evening we reverse. We have special application of this practice. And you'll learn that the retinue of this Dakini is infinite. All the Dakinis fill the sky. They're called skygoers. As much as sky, that many Dakini, infinite. If you have infinite Dakinis, you can lay them on any situation on the planet, and you have infinite more coming, ready. Infinite means no limit. They don't do that in Vegas. This Tummo practice, treat it with respect. It helped to keep the Tibetans from freezing to death. The yogis used to walk around naked in the snow. They could even wear cotton clothing. To be in their monasteries, to be warm. They didn't have any heating. This was their heating process, out in nature. But the real reason we do it is good health. And it can be done outside the retreat. This little gesture with the hands, taking 3 breaths through the nose while you're visualizing the energy moving up and down, that takes practice. And then you also can have your sphincter muscle tightened a little bit while you're doing the practice. That throws more energy into the program. And if you like energy, you're going to have an energy feast. This is a Hawaiian luau. Luau means feast. The energy of it is so powerful, it penetrates the 6 realms. The heavenly realm and all the situations. War and war god, demigod realm. The middle world of animals and human. And the 2 lower realms of the pretas, deprived spirits, and the demonic cannibal demons. That's all. You be the deity. You don't need to project it. The energy is infinite. Not divine or supernatural, none of that. Equal. Available to everyone. Nature of space. All integrated into you. Every single aspect, every single entity. Every idea, everything open. And then vivid awareness is being present. Using this openness and this state of clarity with the practice. And being in a meditative concentration where you don't need to add anything or take it any away. It's like naked. And being present is a state of vivid awareness. That's intelligence. That's the home of infinite intelligence. Omniscient. And then when you can work with that, then omnipresence. You're everywhere at once. And omnipotent, infinitely powerful to present what is appropriate according to the conditions. because we're in a time karmic situation. Yes, it's an illusion. No, it's not for everybody. You know that. You practice that. The children around you cannot. Infinite sentient being. We think of them as your mothers, lovers, pets. That's real. Relatively. This is real. Ultimately. Relative truth, absolute truth. Take your pick. Looks like this, but it's not. It's not like that at all. We'll try one more session of Tummo. Hands on the knees. Inhale. Again. Again. Clear. Inhale. Hold your breath. 3 balls. Roll them to the right. 3 times. Exhale. Now inhale. Hold your breath. Roll the 3 balls to the left. That's your warm up. Exhale. Now say the mantra of the deity. Om Pema Khandro Ram Re Pe. 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 Om Pema Khandro Ram Shri. Pe Om Pema Khandro Ram Re Pe. 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 There's a standing red Pema Khandro with the staff on your left shoulder. Knife pointed down towards the 2 bodies you're standing on, or one. Left hand drinking from the skull cup the bliss of natural mind being present. Om Pema Khandro Ram Re Pe. Om Pema Khandro Ram Re Pe. Om Pema Khandro Ram Re Pe. Om Pema Now, just being the deity with the Ram in your heart center and having accomplished the red Tara, in other words, saying her mantra 100,000 times, being red Tara, causes just being the standing protectress with this dome of fire around you, red color, with the Ram Sitsa and the Buddha of infinite light above your head. It's like holding a microscope to the sun, a magnifying glass, and creating that spark. This is like that. So be careful. If this is, Just saying the mantra is the deity, Tummo Practice, the protectors, is making too much energy, too much jumpiness. Stop. Just go back to being peaceful red Tara or Chenrezi or Medicine Buddha or Shakyamuni. They're all equal. They all have one purpose, is to keep you present, keep you from thinking. Transforming all negativity into infinite positive modes of activity for you to apply physically, mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually through practice. Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, 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 Om Pema Kanda Ram. And you can see the Buddha of Amitabha of infinite light above your head, red in color. Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe. Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe. For a few moments, you can be the Buddha of infinite light. See how it feels in this energy field of discerning awareness. Discerning your natural mind by choice is your energy field. Relative mind, fading, gone, delete. Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe, Om Pema Kanda Ram Vi Pe. And start to 2 more breathing, create the pot. You've already done the warm up. Inhale. Ram in your, as a tiny particle of light marked with Ram, rises up the central channel, merges with the Om, the moon. 5 drops of energy blaze back down through the central channel, reform at the bottom. Back up. Drops down. Up. Down. Up. Down. While you're holding your breath. And at some point, exhale. Inhale. We'll do it without guidance. Inhale. Exhale. That's 1. Bring yourself to a state of presence. Use the word open to the Dharmakaya, the complete energy of the entire universe. Clear of all judgment. Naked. Nothing to add, nothing to take away. Just be present as it is, just like this. No expectation. No future, no hope or fear, none of that. And vivid awareness arises by keeping to the present moment. open, clear, naked, and vivid. No time, no meditation. Relax. All sentient beings in the universe are exactly in the same place you are right now. That's the effect. You're sitting in a state of complete relaxed awareness in the present, and its nature is voidness. The experience is of bliss, indefinable, timeless bliss. It's nice because it exists and it does not exist at the same time. When you're not meditating, when you're not judging, that awareness state is called Mahamudra. And you know it is in a state of awareness because you know you're doing it. You know you're it without any doing it. And it's always the same. It never changes. The Dharma mind always changes. And that changeless nature is the energy of space and light itself. And without the judgment call that we invented millions of lifetimes ago, and applied it to everything we did since up to now. With that gone, you're a Buddha. I mean, yeah, high Bodhisattva, 10th level, timeless awareness. You've done everything else, completed all the Bodhi. Now you go into your dream state, change that. Your death and dying states, change that. Go into the bardo next time, like, wow, this is an interesting school. This is an interesting place to take a vacation. Illusory, like the last place. The red Tara works with the warmth aspect of your body, but more importantly, brings out the warmth of compassion and loving kindness in your heart. The red Pemachondro amplifies that to handle specific dangerous situations, either inside with your emotions or outside with the characters in the world around them. Witchcraft, voodoo, religion, people that think they're their enemies out to harm you, humans, animals, spirits. Always like that. So the Dharmas, their antidote, their remedy. Looks like that, but it's not that. It's this and it's not this. It's here and it's not here. The present can't be found. The future is gone, hasn't happened. The past is gone. The moment you ever thought, it's gone. Body sensation arises, moves into the past. Being present, nothing to do. Wake up in the middle of the night, be present, invade your sleep, invade your dream state. Practice, go back to sleep doing the practice. Powerful. And we do taking and sending practice. You don't even have to be the deity. The voidness state of your own consciousness is the basis of Tonglen. So when you have a negative situation, inappropriate, something that needs to transform, immediately when you see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, or touch it, change it into black light and inhale it into your heart center. Inhale it with your breath. Disappears. Voidness is the nature. Disappeared. Immediately white light goes back to that person and they're healed top to bottom, inside and out. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay. All negativity disappeared. In worldly situations, as you see in your daily activities that are unhealthy, harmful, even sickening, or downright stupid, immediately train your mind. Black light in, white light out. No judgment. Not good, not bad. It's just not appropriate. Why? It lacks awareness. So you throw your awareness on it. The black light is the awareness. The natural state is voidness. It goes back immediately as white light. Okay. Okay, so you keep doing that. You can do it with the deity and the mantra, but that's takes more practice. This is the deity and the mantra in action, but direct. War, peace. Famine, water. No food. Drought, water. Poverty, rich. Environmental destruction. Toxins spreading everywhere. To the environment. See it perfect. Make it perfect. Do your own garden. Garden inside, garden outside. We're gardening humans. It's taking and sending as Bodhisattva training at the highest level. It is the deity in action. And you don't even have to be the deity. You're already a Buddha. The mother of perfect wisdom is the Heart Sutra. Tadyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Soha. Your emanation first to this planet 2,600 years ago to the Buddha, Shakyamuni. Tadyata Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Ye Soha. And those two together, creating the Dharma of medicine, heals all illness, both the cause and the appearance. An infinite number of ways with an infinite number of remedies. The medicine Buddha is the Dharma in action. Tadyata Om Vikanzi, Vikanzi, Maha Vikanzi, Rajdan Samagati, Soha. And let all beings be happy. Omani Pemi Om. May all beings be away from sorrow and the cause of sorrow. Om Tara Tutari Turi Soha. May all beings be established in bliss. And we dedicate the virtue of this practice session that we done together tonight, or how it will appear on our Zoom program. You are the beneficiary. All sentient beings receive the results. Kewa di Nurdu Da, Chagya Chempo, Chugune, Chowa Chink, King Malapara, Te Sala, Kopar Sho, Sanjay Kusu, Nempai Chem Ladam, Shoni Maker, Nempai Chem Ladam, to Miche Dumpai Chem Laki, Chitar Loma Monam, Chupar Sho. By this virtue, having realized Mahamudra may equip and establish every being without a single exception left out in this state of awareness. By the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha, the three kayas being accomplished, and by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, may this prayer be completely accomplished. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May all their wishes be fulfilled. Yuchi Che, thank you, and aloha.